Hi, I'm Trevor, the CEO of the same foundation. The donation we received from Interbase helped us in procuring vital, life-saving medical equipment and PPE for Tygerberg and Groote hospitals in the Western Cape. This was while the Western Cape was the epicenter of the pandemic. If you would like to get in touch or assist us in these projects, you can get hold of us on our website, which is www.samefoundation.org.za, Facebook and Instagram or LinkedIn.
Well, it's now on to a jackpot one, and this is over 1,000 meters. And at the time of recording, number 13, the reserve is out, but there are no scratchings yet. So there could be a chance that Purple Operator could get in. So keep an eye on that, because if that horse gets in, even though carrying 62, you don't know what Duncan Howells may do. He may just put a claimer on, but this individual does carry the weight well, so I'll keep a very close eye on Purple Operator. And I think although the reserve runner, Warren, at the time of recording, he is worth a mention if there's a scratching and Duncan Howells declares his horse to run. There is no form update with regards to the Durban Dash with Trafalgar Square, that 400-meter dash that was won by Trafalgar Square. I don't know how much that would take out a horse, but I think 400 meters for a 500 kg athlete who is, going over 1,000 and 1,200 meters. Dennis Bosch, maybe shrewd, he may have just been using that run to bring the horse on, but the horse came up trumps. It's all about it. That Durban Dash, and let's just chat on it. It's an exciting race, but we saw how horribly wrong things can go with Renaissance Man, who was the favorite, who had the speed, who had everything in his profile, that the 400 meter, it'll take a good one to beat, but you blow the start, and that is it.
That's just good luck, bad luck, stiff, as we say in racing, because as the gates opened, Renaissance Man made a hash at the start, but by the time they could sort of get their stride together, the race was over. So Renaissance Man will be back, no doubt, but Trafalgar Square, on the other hand, was out like a speeding bullet and could never be caught. So yes, interesting to see how Trafalgar Square will run here. The dashes, the 400-meter dash, I think is a great little initiative, a bit of fun, something different. Some people don't like it, some people love it. But the connections of Trafalgar Square, they certainly loved it.
Yeah, that was just a 400 meters of work to get the stake check. That is brilliant. Let's have a look at the field. I'll give you the single figure betting with horses at the time of recording. 1, 11 to 2, 2 at 8 to 1. Number 3 is at 9 to 2, 5 at 6 to 1. Then we move along to number 10 at 11 to 2, 11 at 5 to 1. And that is it with single figure runners. I'm going to begin with a very interesting runner here. One has to just compliment all trainers, firstly, for their comments whenever approached, and sometimes approached in a very short space of time. In particular, on Saturday, when you put on the spot in a parade ring interview pre-race, and you're just willing to do it. Michelle Riggs was 10 out of 10 the other day, Warren, with a horse in the first race, and that was some very valuable information for the punters. Now, she's brought a string of horses to KZN, and I'm of the opinion that this individual is far better, far better than his last start. When he was drawn 11 out of 12, he raced up handy, he was used up, he had nothing to come. Against this type of field, I'm expecting him to bounce back in a big way over this 1,000-meter trip, because he's better drawn midfield this time round. The pace and speed he showed last time out, I think this 1,000-meter trip will suit him nicely. He's not in single figures in the betting, he's actually in double figures. And I like him as the outsider in the race, but it certainly doesn't stop there. We spoke about Trafalgar Square. I think he will be included in many bets. The Gliding Fish, bringing the horse back from that layoff last time out, that was a super training feat by Mark Dixon. What a performance to come through and win really well. And I see DeMello sticks with the ride. Pendem Zala, good run last time out behind the other Hollywoodbets syndicate horse. We know how these two horses are running from the Michael Roberts stable. can they just continue that good form that they're in? Well, very few will doubt it, because Michael's got these two horses in a very good space.
Absolutely. How consistent are they? Sea Vista and Bless Me Fred. Awkward draws to deal with, but solid form, and certainly got to be given bright each way chances. I like what you said about Purple Operator. We'll keep a close eye on that, because if he gets in the race, he'll possibly be the one to beat. Back to Georgie George. You go to his penultimate start. He was in a race where the average rating was 83. Mufasa. The average rating is 68. Correct. He ran less than a half a length to Mufasa. There have been 9 runners, 2 direct winners out of that form line. So you could certainly bet it's a draw strike. You could say it's a draw strike from that terrible, awkward draw of 11 and out of 12 to 6 now. Certainly won't have to use as much petrol to get over or to get into the hunt. So Georgie George, most certainly a value selection. I do believe the Gliding Fish is the one they all have to beat. Lightly raced, tries the poly for the first time. I was in the winners area when Keegan DeMiller came back, and he said to Mark Dixon, he says, well, I like what I felt, and to see that he's stuck with a ride is very, very encouraging. Then numbers 10 and 11 you've touched on, and just maybe one more roughie, number 4, Maguinia. I know that he's recently just won his maiden, but he won it well. But at around 13 to 1, these are the kind of horses you want to run into the back end of the quartets. But for me, 3, 6, and then 10, 11, and 4 to fill up the places. But 3 and 6 for me, these are that could be a nice exactor and swinger to take.
3 and 6, can we get through these? We have to make a decision now, because our perm is actually costing 9 rand to date. 3 horses in the first leg, 3 horses in the second leg. Are we happy just to take a chance here with numbers 3 and 6? We're leaving out
no,
Mace the Aces horses.
No. We've got to. I was just going to say we've got to choose one of them. Let's put 3, 6, and one of Mace the Aces horses.
Okay, let's go with the Mount of Vinegar.
Bless Me Fred. Yes, let's do that.
Okay, we're going to go with that. Bless Me Fred. Okay,
and of course, as racing would have it, Sea Vista will come and.
No. That's going to be our play. 3, 6, and 11.
3, 6, 11. I'm happy with that.
Yep, I'm also happy with that. I think that is fine here, race number 4. And the value for both Warren and myself is Michelle Riggs, Harold Crawford, horse number 6, Georgie George.
My name is Beston. I live in Cape Town. Also, I do delivery. Interbet helped me to realize my dreams. Now I have my own delivery vehicle, and I'm able to do the removal in and around Cape Town.